Hey guys, welcome to excelfornoobs.com. What I'm going to do here is just a quick crash course on Microsoft Excel 2013. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through, I'm going to show you some formulas, gonna create a sales forecast and with some assumptions. I'm going to show you how to refer to different cells using formulas, and then some different types of formatting, and also conditional formatting. And go a little bit over charts and graphs, and also formatting your charts. And by the end of this, you should be pretty familiar with Excel and know how to navigate through it. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is just cover some simple formulas. Formulas are really what makes Excel so powerful. It's that you can refer to different cells you're basically, a certain cell can derive its data by referring to other cells, whether it's contextual data, numerical values, or formulas. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is go over some formulas, just the basic. Alright, so to enter a formula into Excel, you always have to hit the equal sign first. And that's going to, in the cell, that's going to command that cell to be a formula. But let me go ahead and enter some numbers in here first into the cells. So right here I'm moving it over by hitting the right arrow. I'm not using my mouse. I'm hitting the right arrow on the keyboard. And I'm just hitting some random numbers using the left arrow now. Okay, that's enough numbers. Alright, so the first type of formulas I'm going to go over is addition. So addition, you can just hit the equals, and then you can click on a cell, plus, and then the other cell you're referring to. So right here, this formula is referring to cell E5 and cell F5. And to get the sum of cell E5 and F5, I just hit equals E5 plus F5. Enter, and there's my result. I'll just go ahead and label that too. Okay. You can also do multiple cells. Equals, just as I did before, plus, and I just continue doing this until I have all the cells that I want to add. And there you have the result again. Now another way to do addition is to just basically do equals sum, and then I'm going to close that in parentheses. So I hit equals, I type in the word sum, and then parentheses. Inside the parentheses, I select all of these cells, and then I close the parentheses. And now I have the sum of all the cells that I want to add. Alright, and then another way to add cells is to use the auto sum feature. You can go here in the formulas tab. This up here is called the ribbon, and these are where most of your commands are. You have different tabs. But here in the formula tab, you can see a command called AutoSum. I just hit AutoSum. Actually, I don't even need to hit the I don't even need to enter the equal symbol. I just select the cell, and I hit AutoSum and enter, and it automatically sums all of the cells that contain numbers. So in an adjacent row or column. And that would be the same thing if I were to enter AutoSum here. Excel can detect that there's numbers in the rows above it, adjacent to each other. So I would just hit AutoSum, and there, I have the sum. Alright, if you want to do subtraction in Excel, it's pretty simple. Just remember you have to hit the equal sign first, and then we're going to have this cell minus this cell. Alright, if you want to keep doing it, equals, then minus, and just continue, and there you have your result. You've subtracted all of those cells from each other. And it's going to do this in order, obviously, 5 minus 7 minus 2 minus 4, and there's your result. Okay. Now we're going to go over multiplication. And the way you do multiplication is equals, just as we always do, and say that cell, referring to cell C5, using the asterisk or the star symbol, and then we hit the other cell we want to multiply it by. And that's how you do multiplication. And then, obviously you can do as many as you want, just as we did before. Alright, another way to do multiplication is to use the product formula. And there you can see that it pops up and it gives us recommendations. Alright, so we select our first number, and you can see right here there's a little drop down box that just tells you what enters, tells you how to enter the formula. So right there, number 1 is going to be our first. Let me zoom in a little bit too. Number 1 is going to be our first number that we're multiplying, and then we hit a comma and our second number, and then we can close that and we have the product. Or we can do multiple. And there we have our result of 280. Alright, and then finally we'll go over division. There's some other ones I'm going to cover, but division is simple. We just equals, take a number, anywhere in here. 6, then we just do the forward slash for divide, 2. And then you have your result. And then you can also do the quotient formula. Same thing. First, your numerator right here tells you to enter your numerator, comma, and your denominator. And there you have your result again. Same result. Alright. Let's see, another one we have is average. What if we want to get the average of some numbers? So average, and we can find the average of all these numbers inside the parentheses. We're going to go ahead and select all the numbers, or all the cells that we want to average. And we have our average. So the average of these numbers right here is 4.5. And of course we could do all the cells if we wanted to. Now it's 5.5 if we averaged all of these cells. And then obviously you can combine formulas. It's important to know the order of operation, know how to use your parentheses. So if you don't know that, you might need to go study up on some math lessons. I do have a video somewhere on my channel, you can find it, that goes over the order of operations. But it's definitely important for you to have a basic understanding of arithmetic here. Alright, so let's just say I wanted to multiply these two cells and add it to the sum of these two cells. Alright. I could do, then that's in parentheses, plus, put that in parentheses. And then I can also combine the different formulas. I can do the same thing by saying equals product. And that's going to be the product of those two, plus the sum of these two cells. And I can continue doing this. I could also say minus minus a cell, plus the quotient, and then I'd have to I'm just picking random cells, but I'm